Yeah, Salaki for that, man. This damn devil, man. I don't know what happened to cut my recording time short, real short. You know what I mean? And I don't even know why it happened, but what I was saying is to be aware of this devil and the moves he makes on you. Everything is set up to destroy you. He's always trying to figure out how can he destroy you, weaken you, and get rid of you. It's always been like that since the book of Genesis. He's been trying to destroy you ever since. So, all praises to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai for, constantly watching over us and looking after us. As this devil want us out of here. But let me bring up some more scripture. Jeremiah 5:31, and it reads, "The prophets prophesied falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof?" There's nothing you can do. But destruction is awaiting. And, you know, um, the thing is, when the true prophets, starting with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, have been trying to teach you and warn you, you go against them. You scoff at them. You know what I mean? You threaten them verbally and physically. And now prophecy is what they've been speaking about for over 30 years now. Plus, it's coming into fruition. Now you ain't scoffing like you used to. You're still talking crazy, but you're not as so serious as you used to be about how you felt about what the prophets were speaking about. So now you're in a position of, what am I going to do? You worrying. And a lot of you have marked yourself, especially you Jake women. You have marked yourself. And it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I've seen this couple of y'all. I was watching Elder Manak Zagbar today. And he was teaching, and he had these two women who pretty much was just mocking themselves about not being scared and advocating for Yahweh Shem, advocating to go against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is about to pass some heavy judgment, man. It's about to be a lot of people dying. And then I was listening to Elder Apostle Gabar earlier, and one of the things that did stick out with me is him mentioning that the elites, which was on the Georgia Guidestones, want to drop it down to 500 million people on the earth using pseudoscience, which I was listening to Elder Yashawamba breaking it down about how they use pseudoscience to try to rule on the left-hand side, to try to be as gods on the left-hand side to what is promised to us organically, you know? And Elder Apostle Gabar was speaking about how they want to at least kill off 7.5 billion people on the earth. That's a lot of people for them to maintain part of their goal as far as rulership. You know what I mean? All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and Tawada, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, for allowing your prophets, when you're listening to them, the names I just mentioned, all of that in the spirit, all of those videos went together, if that made sense to you. All of those in the spirit came together, and through the spirit, the Rakak Radash, I was able to put it together to get an understanding of what we're up against, or what we're dealing with here. This is Jeremiah 23:21. "I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken of them, yet they prophesied. So these are wicked men that you have to watch out for. You can jump down to verse 26, and it reads, how long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. Their own mind. Heart represents the mind. And they're going to pay for everything. They're going to pay. And understand first, just to make sure that you understand, I'm talking about Jake. I'm not talking about the heathen nations, because the only prophets are Israelites. All right, number one. And on top of that, you have the right prophets and you have false prophets. But all in all of prophets are Israelites. Just like the kings and priests of Israel are all Israelites. I just did a video on that. Okay? You jump down to verse 32, it reads, behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith Yahweh, thy power, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, saith Yahweh. So they're going to be destroyed regardless of what they think and how they feel. And that time is coming real soon. I'm ready to get out of here anyway, man. You know, I do have an understanding of what I'm involved in. And I take it very serious. And I just want to catch myself and be humble. I don't want to come on. I'm not trying to come off, like, yeah, with my chest poked out, I'm still in this flesh and blood. But everything that I've learned, understand, and have dealt with so far in my small baby steps in this truth, it's still like, all praise to Yahweh Shah for allowing me to have ears to hear and eyes to see. And it's just like, so, I really see it for what it is. And again, man, you false prophets and you false brethren, man, you sold your soul for you to, enjoy more cable and eat what you want to eat. You know what I mean? What's the point in you? Oh, my gosh. Retarded to me. I don't see, I understand the value of having when you need it to take care of you and, but what I realize is that you don't like adversity. You don't like that uncomfortableness. You like to feel comfortable. You like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Gird up your loins, as the scriptures say. Be a man, not a girl, as the late great buff, legendary buff beatboxer, rapper of the Fat Boys used to say. Be a man, not a girl. You know what I mean? Yo, man, this is Micah 3:11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us. Yeah, he's preserving you. He's preserving you. I got one more scripture. It does that. Sirach 1:30. And it reads, exalt not thyself lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but thy heart is full of deceit. So yeah, man, and that's what y'all have done, because everybody can see it that that's in this and understand what they're involved in. They see that you sold your soul And I ain't just talking about some of you. I'm talking about all of you Mickey Fickies who sold your soul to this. The Lord is preserving you to destroy you, and he's going to make an example out of you so that everybody else will be in fear of Yahweh and Yahweh to be like, I ain't doing that. That's what y'all deserve, man. I'm going to end it right here with this one right here. Isaiah 29:13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips to dishonor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. And this is why a lot of people are going to be destroyed, because that 700.5 billion that will be destroyed is going to be Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai's judgment. I will rock this out. You edify with the lesson. With that, I'm going to say, Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKradah, Shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.